I still have a lot of work to do. These words, said during an interview conducted in April of 2014, spoke volumes about the person whose unparalleled vision and generosity helped create the senior healthcare and residential campus of Parkview Community in Sandusky, Ohio. Her leadership, philanthropy, and abiding attention over a 30-year time frame helped advance the ministry of United Church Homes in countless ways. Mrs. Parker's contributions to United Church Homes are unsurpassed, not only as measured by her charitable gifts totaling more than $7.5 million, but also in her role as a servant leader, as a member of the UCH Board of Directors for a decade, and as a staunch advocate to make senior living and healthcare accessible for everyone. Her interest in founding Parkview Community first flowered following a visit with friends who were residing at Fairhaven Community in Upper Sandusky, Ohio, some 65 miles away. It was during the ride back that she discerned the need for a faith-based senior living community closer to home. As a dedicated member of the First Congregational UCC of Sandusky, she thought that United Church Homes, with its historic affiliation with United Church of Christ, would make an ideal project partner. Mrs. Parker was born in 1922 in Cleveland, the only child of John and Zella Frost. Her parents were humble and generous individuals who served as role models for Ruth's drive and philanthropy. Her father was an entrepreneur who decided that business conditions would be more fruitful in Sandusky than in Cleveland, and the family relocated in 1939 while Ruth was in high school. It was the beginning of a lifelong love affair with Sandusky, as she adored her adopted hometown. To say that her father's business thrived in Sandusky is an understatement. At one point, the company he founded, Aluminum Magnesium, was the second largest provider in the nation of magnesium scrap and magnesium aluminum alloys, key raw ingredients needed by the fast-growing airplane industry. The company continued to grow rapidly during World War II and the post-war years. Ruth attended and graduated from Worcester College, where she studied biology and chemistry, and later served on its board of trustees. Ruth completed her medical technologist training at Northwestern Medical School in Chicago. In 1954, she married her sailing partner and best friend, Bill Parker. Bill worked for the family business. When her father retired in 1967, the Vulcan Materials Company of Birmingham, Alabama, acquired his company, and for several years, Bill continued to work at Vulcan. After his retirement, Bill served as a volunteer CEO of Goodwill. For decades, Ruth thrived as a wife and a mother, quietly serving Erie County residents in various capacities, involving issues such as alcohol addiction, education, volunteerism, historic preservation, and community beautification. That all changed when Bill perished in a private airplane crash in November 1985. Widowed at a young age, Ruth pledged to focus her generosity on improving life for those who call Sandusky and Erie County home. One element of a better quality of life was conceived during the long ride home from Fairhaven, when Mrs. Parker first dreamed of building Parkview Community, which later became known as the house that Ruth built. The process of progressing from concept to completion took about 5 years. In 1992, prompted by her vision, generosity, and leadership, United Church Homes Parkview Community in Sandusky opened its doors.
Ruth was a woman on a mission. She was engaged in a lifelong program to improve her community. This extended to a number of causes, including Parkview Community. She gave so generously over the years to establish and sustain Parkview, even affectionately calling it her baby and her second home.
In the year preceding her death, in February 2015, Mrs. Parker's gifts to Parkview funded a second generation of new projects, including the renovation of the Fast Track Rehab Center and construction of the community's newly expanded therapy department and cafe. In 2016, Parkview again celebrated her spirit by the opening of a state-of-the-art aquatic center, the culmination of her vision for Parkview. Ruth held many volunteer leadership roles in the Erie County community, including serving on the board of directors at First Congregational United Church of Christ, Bowling Green State University Foundation, the State Theater Restoration, the renovation of downtown Sandusky waterfront, the Erie County Community Foundation, Firelands Regional Medical Center, and the College of Worcester.
Ruth was a woman who led by example. She would see a need, identify it, and figure out how to fix it. If she wanted it to happen, she made it happen.
Ruth has been recognized with several awards over the years for her transformational work in the community, including the Ben M. Herbster Award at Parkview Community, the highest honor United Church Homes bestows upon individuals.
Ruth did everything with a sense of urgency. Once she has made up her mind to support a project, she wanted to see the dirt fly. And before we have one project completed, she has already started thinking about the next one. That's who she was.
Those who knew and worked with Mrs. Parker would all attest to her generous nature and high expectations. When she lent her support to a cause, it was with the determination that her support would improve the lives of others. To recognize her role in the first century of United Church Homes history, the organization launched a new initiative in November 2016. This initiative, which promotes the idea of abundant living amongst seniors, is named the Ruth Frost Parker Center for Abundant Aging in her honor.
She was a hands-on and enthusiastic benefactor who expected good things to happen from her gifts. She was generous with her support and direct about her expectations that a project be done right. We are so blessed and so grateful that she included United Church Homes and Parkview Community on her philanthropic journey.
And after all, there's still so much work to be done.